Rhododendrons are flowering ornamental plants that come in shrubs and tree forms. There are a large number of species and cultivars, and they can be either evergreen or deciduous. Rhododendrons are hardy in USDA zones 4 to 8, but hardiness can vary by species. So check with your local garden centers or nurseries to determine the right plants that can successfully grow in your area. Azalea and rhododendron are often used interchangeably, but azalea is actually part of the rhododendron genus. All azaleas are rhododendrons, but not all rhododendrons are azaleas. The main differences are rhododendrons generally are larger shrubs with much bigger flowers than azaleas. Rhododendrons also bloom later than azaleas, and they are more open and less dense in their growth habit. Rhododendrons usually start blooming in spring, and will provide a spectacular show of flowers in colors ranging from pink, purple, red, white and yellow. There are also late blooming varieties that flower in the summer. Rhododendrons are shallow-rooted, so they must be planted in fertile, well-draining, acidic soil with a pH between 4.5 to 5.5. Roots of azaleas and rhododendrons are very delicate, so avoid waterlogged and compacted soil with poor drainage. Before planting, amend the soil carefully and thoroughly with compost and peat moss. They need moist soil, so apply a layer of mulch to keep them from drying out. Mulch with wood chips or pine needles, as these materials are mildly acidic. Rhododendrons thrive in part shade. Make sure they are located in an area that gets full sun in the morning and shade in the afternoon. Some deciduous azaleas can tolerate full sun, but the flowers will fade quickly. Plant rhododendrons in an area that gets some wind protection. Plants not given protection from the wind often develop leaf scorch or splitting of the bark on the stems. Water new rhododendrons regularly and deeply for the first year. Established plants should be able to get moisture on their own. However, during long, dry periods, water them every 2 to 3 weeks. Never overwater the plants, as it will lead to root rot and other diseases. Do not fertilize rhododendrons at planting. Fertilizers can burn the sensitive roots. For established plants, apply fertilizer that's specifically labeled for rhododendrons and azaleas. Follow the instructions on the label carefully. Rhododendrons are sensitive to harsh weather. Wrap the plants in burlap in late fall before the first frost to protect them from the cold wind. Protection must remain loose and airy throughout the winter. There is little need for pruning azaleas and rhododendrons. You can prune to remove dead and diseased wood at any time. Pruning to thin mature plants must be done immediately after flowering. Deadheading is important to encourage the plants to direct energy into developing plant growth and prevent the development of seeds. Deadhead rhododendrons after flowering by snapping off the flower clusters where they meet the stems, but be careful not to damage the young buds clustered at its base. These buds will form next year's flowers. There are several pests, such as aphids, mites, mealybugs, borers that are attracted to rhododendrons. Infestation problems can be limited if the shrubs are well maintained and planted in a proper location. Rhododendrons come in several species and hybrids. Choose the right one that will flourish in your area, and it can brighten your yard or garden. Thank you for watching.